We are back and better than ever. Welcome everyone to the Enhancement Talent Podcast, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. We appreciate you stopping by. I am your host, Brock Fluker, and I'm joined by the incomparable Chris Kirby.
Hola.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
I give you all that and you just say hola.
Oh. Well, you didn't say I was the best in the world.
No. So, all we have today, all we're going to do is just review this AEW show.
Yeah.
That is all we plan on doing.
You've already done Extreme Rules.
Yes, that is on the YouTube channel if you want to check that out. Links in the description as always, or you can just search for the Enhancement Talent Podcast on YouTube.
So did you watch Extreme Rules and then do a show? Or did you start recording the show while you're watching and just talk while it's going and then just keep pausing it?
No.
Oh.
That would be far too difficult.
I didn't know if that'd just be easier.
No. I recorded everything like an hour after the show.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could do like a watch along at some points.
Well, I was just thinking, if you're sitting there, if you're doing a show by yourself, you can just hit record, start talking about the match as it plays.
I mean, I could do that.
And then pause it until the next match, which is 30 minutes later.
Yeah. But no WWE BS today.
Nope, not today.
Today we have...
Once we start anyway.
AEW Fight for the Fallen, which took place on Saturday.
Yes.
Streaming live from the Bleacher Report's live app, or whatever it's called.
Oh, okay.
And
they were in an amphitheater.
Yeah, and
that was weird.
In Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was just weird.
Yeah, and the place was packed, even though it wasn't like a big venue.
Say they only had a few thousand seats.
Yeah, I would probably say it was around 4,500 to 5,000.
Not very many,
but
they could have sold out a lot bigger.
But for what it was, I mean, I like that they do the smaller venues.
Kind of reminds me of Raw back in the day when it first started.
Yeah, and it's a better setting to me. I'd rather be a part of that crowd than a part of the 100,000 people crowd.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, but the stage setup was really cool.
Yeah, it was interesting. Not much of a walkway.
Yeah, I liked that they had the elevated ramp.
Yeah.
And it just led straight to the ring. That
WCW used to do that.
I was going to say it had a WCW vibe.
Yeah, I do kind of like that sometimes, though. It just makes it feel they're more than just us average people.
Yeah.
They're above us.
Right. And this was in an open air venue in Jacksonville in the middle of the summer.
And they said it was towards the end, they said it was 85 degrees still.
Yeah. So I'm sure it wasn't the best working conditions for those involved.
Well, that had to be hot as hell underneath the lights too.
Yeah. Just, especially if it's as humid as it is here.
Yeah.
That
I feel for the people. 95 degrees at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. But, to just give a brief overview, I thought commentary took a step back.
Yes, a lot.
Because I liked the commentary during the Fyter Fest show with Golden Boy taking the place of Alex Marvez. And I kind of figured out why Marvez probably isn't that good.
Why?
And this is his first wrestling commentary job, for one.
Okay.
And he hasn't worked in wrestling prior to this. He
really doesn't know this. I mean, he knows the sport, but not the commentating.
Yeah, he's written for the Washington Post and beat writer for NFL teams. And apparently he's even an NFL Hall of Fame voter. But no history in wrestling or really in commentary anywhere.
Why did they give him a mic?
I take it that I don't know for sure if he was a beat writer for the Jaguars, but I'm going to take it that he had some sort of relationship with the Khans.
Okay, well that makes sense then.
And I don't know. I'm sure he's a good dude, but
he has no experience in wrestling. How are you going to commentate for wrestling?
Yeah, or in commentary.
That's like me going to be a golf announcer, and I don't know anything about golf except you hit it and chase it.
Yeah, well, and the big thing is that there's a big difference between broadcasting and journalism, and I can speak to that because that's what I'm trying to get into. But it's just it's completely a different field, and so for Marvez, who I'm sure is a great journalist, I mean, if he's doing stuff for the Washington Post, I would think he has to be.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have the experience in wrestling other than just being a fan, and not much experience in commentary, at least that I saw. So, not a great combination, and there were just points like he's like whispering practically, like you can hardly hear him.
I didn't really pay much attention to the commentators this time because the times I did, it wasn't worth listening to.
And to be fair, like I think part of the problem is JR too, and I hate to say that because JR's the greatest of all time.
Oh yeah, but I think he's past his expiration point
at this point, and he still shows that he can do it at points.
Yeah, but
like during the Double or Nothing show with the Kenny and Chris match, he was really good, and when Moxley came out. And the Dustin and Cody match, especially, he was really good in.
But why only select matches?
Yeah, that's the thing, is that he just seems uninterested.
Yeah, does he not care if it's not the main people?
Yeah, I don't know if that's part of just age, that it's hard to get his excitement levels farther up, or if it has anything to do with the Bell's palsy or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It just constantly seems like he'd just rather be taking a nap.
Yeah, I got that on this show. It just he disappointed me on this show.
And like half the things that JR was saying was pointing out what the referee is doing wrong.
Yeah.
Like that was his whole role in this show practically.
And everybody who watches wrestling knows it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If the ref is wrong, the ref is wrong. His word still stands.
Yeah, but like during all the tag matches, the ref he needs to get this under control here.
Now that I agreed with, because some of the tag matches I didn't like because it's just they already get 10 seconds in the ring.
Yeah, which they haven't mentioned since the first show.
No, but when I can skip ahead 30 seconds and everyone's still in the damn ring,
yeah,
what's the point of having a tag match when it should just be a tornado match?
Yeah, I would agree. Like, if you want to do a match like that, just make a stipulation for it.
Yeah, don't just, it's a tag match, but there's no rules.
Yeah.
I agree with on that part.
Or at least do like or like make it a part of your own rules. Like,
yeah.
Like you have to tag in and out, but there's no disqualifications. I don't know.
Something.
Just
because it's not a tag match when all 6 people are in the ring at one time for half the match.
Yeah,
it's not a match. It's a clusterfuck.
Yeah, that's a lot more of the indie spot fest sort of style.
And I get that because that's kind of what they are.
Yeah,
right now, and I get that. That's fine, but you got to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, and I think there's a way that you can still have that fast-paced style of wrestling with still making it seem like a legitimate sports.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, just the tag matches in general seem to always go on that trend. And it's not like WWE doesn't do that either.
No, but you don't see the people in the ring for half the match.
No.
I mean, the referee's just standing there like, all right, come on, you guys need to get out sometime.
Yeah. And that's when JR would say, the referee is showing leniency here.
Yeah.
Or, he's using the toe of his boot, which is illegal. You're only allowed to use the flat part of your boots. That's the sort of insightful things we were hearing.
Yeah. I was not impressed with JR.
And on top of that, I thought there were times that just like there was an obvious story to be told that just got ignored. That as far as from the commentators, like in the main event, the Dustin and Cody and the Young Bucks match, at the point where the Young Bucks do the double super kick to the back of Cody's head, they talked about the staples or whatever it is in Cody's head, but they didn't really tell like what brought the Young Bucks to do that, because I took it as more like that it started off as like the friendly competition, but the Young Bucks got more and more frustrated not being able to put away Dustin or Cody, and so that drove them to the point of doing that.
Could be, and I mean, and like it was said after the match at the end of the night, it was all spirit of competition, just got out of hand.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess stuff happened on their YouTube channel as well, which I don't.
Well, they showed some of it on the clip they played before. Like,
oh, damn.
The Bucks were like making fun of Dustin and Cody, like hugging each other. I need my older brother and all that. And so that was kind of the basis of that.
Okay. Yeah, I knew they did something on their channel. I didn't know what, because I don't watch it.
Yeah, that I don't either, but I got enough of it from the video.
Oh, okay. Which I didn't watch that either. You know me and video clips.
Yeah.
WWE ruined me.
Even though there were only like 2 in this whole show.
Yeah, I know.
Both for Rhodes.
Yeah, imagine that.
But yeah, different than WWE. We're not gonna put over the authority.
No.
We'll talk about that later. I don't. For the record, I don't mind Cody at all.
No, he doesn't.
I think Cody has really been like the best part of AEW.
Yeah, he got it started.
I mean, purely as a performer.
Oh, I mean, he's one of the best.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. So we'll start going in chronological order here. The pre-show,
the buy-in show.
Yeah, the buy-in. That's right.
This isn't the E.
I'm sorry. I only paid like half attention to most of this. The buy-in,
and that's still probably half too much.
So Sonny Kiss beats the librarians. I guess just one of the librarians. Yeah. What's his name? Peter Avalon.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sonny Kiss. I guess he has like a dancing background, and he came out with like the Jaguars cheerleaders and the mascots.
Yeah.
I was disappointed that the mascot didn't get involved in the match.
I was disappointed for being a dancer. She was so out of line compared to the others. Her timing was messed up. It really, and if you look at it, she was ahead of all 4 of the dancers.
I believe it's he.
It. She goes by she.
They were calling
her he, but what are we supposed to call her? He, she. I mean, what are we supposed to call her?
I guess that hasn't been cleared up.
Question mark.
Yeah. For the record, that's just pure ignorance on our part that we just don't know.
I mean, I know she's transvestite. That's fine. But what do we call her? Like, well, during our show, is it he?
I mean, I assumed that it was he because everyone else was calling.
Oh, okay.
And being that he's competing in the men's division, I mean, I would think that that's what we do.
We need some clarification.
Yeah, that's the...
Maybe we'll find some before the next show.
That was one of the things that Jim Cornette got buried for when he did the review of Double or Nothing, was that they during that Battle Royal, that there was a dude with no legs, and then there was the transgender and people getting cigarettes stapled to their foreheads.
Yeah.
And that was for a chance at their top prize. And like, he got a ton of shit for that just because, in Cornette fashion, he said, like, I mean, the way he said things about Sonny Kiss was not advisable, but his whole point was that they haven't told us, like, why this person is competing and his story or whatever. We're just supposed to look at it and accept that, oh, well, everyone belongs here, even the dude with no legs.
But Lieutenant Dan, at least we know he's a guy. We know what to call him. And I'm not saying anything against Sonny Kiss, but I just need to know what to call it.
Yeah.
That's all. I wasn't impressed with the match, really.
No, I mean, I thought
for a dude, I guess for a dude, he can do the splits pretty good.
Yeah, the split was good. Most of it was just comedy stuff.
Yeah. Which I'm guessing is what the librarian act is going to be.
Yeah, but it seems like it's all bad comedy to this point.
Come on. even the female librarian, I don't even know what her name is. But
Leva Bates.
She threw Sonny Kiss in the ring instead of attacking her.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Thanks for the outside interference.
The best point, though, is that at least they didn't cut a promo this time.
That's true, because that was horrible. And they were about to, I think.
So, we had on the predictions, it was supposed to be Britt Baker versus TBA. Yeah. That ended up being a tag team match with Bea Priestley and Shoko Nakajima defeating Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Riho.
Now, I would like to see a one-on-one with Baker and Priestley.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like this. I didn't especially because at Double or Nothing, they really positioned Baker to be like a top female star. And she wasn't at the last show. And then on this show, she was just kind of lost in this tag match.
She was. It's almost like she's never done a tag match.
Well, at one point, early on, she tries to tag the wrong Japanese girl.
She did tag her.
Yeah, she did tag the wrong Japanese
girl. And now, she could have been injured.
Well,
she just got a wrestle right before that.
Well, that's the thing, is that after it was revealed that she did get concussed in this match.
Oh, did she? Okay.
But
because even the ref after she tagged.
Yeah, I don't know if that was before or after this, but even if it was after, if I were her, I would just say that it was before. just to
I remember
have an excuse.
After she made it to the right corner and tagged out.
Yeah.
As soon as she got outside, it looked like she motioned for the ref.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't sure what happened. But anytime you motion for the ref, it's not good.
Right. I did like, though, Nyla Rose tweeted during this after she tried to, or did tag the wrong Japanese girl. She says, maybe you should have studied optometry instead, dumbass.
God. Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
So that's good.
That was pretty funny. She actually deleted it too, so I don't know if someone told her to take that
at least
down.
You saw it.
I thought that was hilarious.
But horrible match. I think it was a lot of it. I think was the size difference between the four.
Yeah,
because you had two big ones on opposite teams and two small ones. And
you would think that would balance it out.
Well, you would think, but it seemed like every time a small one was in on one team, the big one was in on the other.
Yeah.
So, and it looked like Baker just couldn't do it. Like, what do I do with the small person?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into the whole Rio and Nakajima angle they're doing.
No, not into it. But I'm not gonna dog it because I don't know them. I don't know what they're doing yet. They're still getting started, so.
Yeah, I would have rather we had like a Britt Baker singles match or.
Well, that's what was advertised.
Yeah,
and I know cards subject to change.
Yeah. Or have Nyla Rose be able to actually get a win.
But didn't we get a point on that from our predictions? Because didn't we both go with whoever to be announced was?
I went with Baker. Oh. I think you went with TBA.
TBA never loses.
Yeah, that's true. That's the old wrestling theory: is that if there's someone that's coming in as a surprise, he has to win.
Yeah.
So the main show we opened with the 6-man tag.
I was just complaining about.
It was a Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela versus MJF, Sammy Guevara, and the chairman of AEW, Shawn Spears.
I don't think it is an official title.
I loved that he had Justin Roberts say that.
Yeah, but is that like a knock at McMahon?
Well, no, it was because of the chair shot to Cody.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're playing off of.
I wasn't sure. I was like, chairman.
I guess that could be a knock at Vince, but
that's what I was saying.
That's not what it was used as.
Because they always announce Vince as the chairman of WWE.
Yeah.
So that's what I took it as. It was a knock towards Vince.
Yeah.
Which, after being fired, I could see it.
To go through my notes, Janela and Darby Allin were probably the two most over people in this match.
Probably.
I was surprised at how everyone liked Darby Allin.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe what they did at the last show really worked, because it seems like they might have created a fan favorite with that match.
Well, they kind of need a few fan favorites because they're so new they don't have any yet.
Yeah.
Besides the well-known ones.
That's part of the thing for me too, is that we need to start distinguishing faces and heels.
Yeah.
I feel like there's too much gray area right now and not enough to find.
And with only one more planned show before TV, unless there's one in September I haven't heard about.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
The only thing I know of is what, All In?
All Out. Yeah.
All Out next month in Chicago.
Yes.
So if that's going to be the last show, they need to start giving us some direction on who's good, who's bad before TV starts.
And that one will be the actual pay-per-view too. That's instead of a free show.
No, okay. Maybe that's why they're just doing the small ones right now, is because they're free.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And I like what they did at the end of this one too.
They did actually mention Joey Janela's quote-unquote fight with Enzo during the commentary. I think they called Enzo the scum of the earth or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, if I were Janela, I wouldn't even want to show up anywhere after there is video evidence of being punked out by Enzo Amore.
Where's Enzo working now? Is he just on the circuit?
He doesn't work anywhere.
Well, I didn't know if he was on the indie circuit somewhere.
I think the last time he appeared was during that ROH and New Japan Super Show over WrestleMania weekend.
Oh.
And then they didn't bring him back. And he has, I don't know what he's doing.
Okay.
I haven't seen any other appearances.
Oh, okay.
But as far as wrestling, at least.
Yeah.
But I thought overall it was a fun opening match. Tons of action throughout. There was 5 Death Valley drivers, and one was on the apron from Joey Janela. Who
I will give AEW this. They pull out all stops when it comes to big moves and dangerous moves that some places wouldn't allow.
Yeah.
I mean, I give them that, but at the same time, it makes me cringe thinking what could happen.
Yeah, but there is a little too much of that. But
yeah, I like it, but exactly, there's a little too much, at least in some matches.
Yeah. I did want to point out, too, though, that after Janela hits the Death Valley driver on the apron, he gets, a camera is facing him, and he says, fuck you, Cornette, or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So,
I must have missed that for some. Must have looked away on that part.
So, Jim Cornette is living rent-free in all of these people's heads. That they hate him so much that they have to give him more attention with comments
on their pay-per-view in the middle of their match.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, what does that say? That you're in the middle of the match and that's what you're thinking about?
Well, it tells me that Cornette's rubbing them the wrong way.
Yeah, and that's Cornette's whole thing. He's old school wrestling, and he doesn't like a lot of this stuff.
And that's why he gets along with Vince.
Well, he doesn't get along with Vince.
Well,
maybe now, but he doesn't. He doesn't like Vince's sports entertainment industry that he's built. He's all about the.
Well, I was just thinking, just old school. Doesn't want to change.
Yeah, he's more like old school territory systems, Mid-South, and all that. I wish
it was still like that.
Yeah.
Instead of just one big monopolized industry.
No, it would be. There'd be more parody.
But there'd be a lot less watchable on television because they wouldn't be as big.
Yeah. It'd be very different. But, well, I mean, you don't know, though.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
If that had gone into this era of social media and streaming and all that.
Yeah, if it lasted longer
what could have been possible
than the 80s, if Vince McMahon would have left them alone for another 15 years or so. NWA, they were televised before. They were just a regional promotion. They were on TV, so why not?
Yeah, I think even if Vince didn't do it, someone else would have done it.
Yeah, I think it would have taken longer to do it.
Yeah.
Because not many people had Vince's money available.
Right. Yeah, and that was the big difference.
But other than that, somebody would have done it.
Yeah, it could have been Turner.
And it might have been, but it wouldn't have happened so quick.
Yeah. Keeping it going, though, Spears ends up getting the win. He got a blind tag and ends up pinning Darby Allin.
I think it would have been poetic if Cody came out with a chair.
Yeah, I was expecting them to do something.
But
on that show.
But nothing.
Yeah, they didn't do anything. I'm guessing. I don't know that they're going to do Spears versus Cody at All Out, but I'm assuming that's what they're going to do.
Who else? If they're going to focus on the tag titles and all that, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Because Cody's not going for the tag titles.
No.
It'll probably be him and Paige for the main title at some point.
Maybe. I kind of hope Cody stays out of that, but we'll see.
Oh, come on. You know he's going to put that title on himself once.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe not right away, but, I wouldn't be surprised if he was the first one.
Yeah. So, we had this Brandy Rhodes versus Ali match.
Yeah.
And before this match, they played the video package for Brandy Rhodes, and I don't know if you actually watched this one.
I watched the first 5 seconds.
Well, essentially, the whole thing was about, it portrayed Brandy Rhodes as, this sympathetic babyface person because she's worked so hard and had all these struggles to get to this point. And, it was really well done, to be fair. I can't remember the exact examples they used, but it was just, the feeling that Brandy always felt like she didn't belong and that she would, there was the analogy that she used to be a figure skater and that she was always good, but then when it came time to actually perform, she would get some sort of performance anxiety and not be able to do it, and that was kind of
stage fright.
Yeah, but that was the whole meaning of that video package. But then they do the match, and Brandy Rhodes is a complete heel. Yeah. That did not make sense to me at all.
Well, I think as soon as she brought Awesome Kong out, it became clear she was a heel.
Yeah, and she, before the match starts, Awesome Kong comes out and to be in Brandy's corner.
And really, there was no reason for her to be there. She didn't do anything, really.
No, other than what they set up in the post-match, I guess.
Well, she had that one trip, or that one grab.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's all she did.
So, this match was, to be fair, I guess, it wasn't great.
That you could say that.
I would say it wasn't good either.
I give it about 2 stars.
Okay, that seems generous.
Out of 10.
So 1 out of 5. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we'll go 1 out of 5.
It's just I don't think Brandy needs to wrestle. That's just me.
Well, and I heard on commentary she's only been wrestling 3 years.
Yeah.
So she's not experienced enough to be, to me.
I thought I also heard that she hadn't wrestled in 2 years.
Yeah.
That this was her first match in 2 years.
Yeah. So she does not have the experience to be on a pay-per-view right now, under the spotlight. She just doesn't have it. She needs to hit the ring, get some practice in, and work your way to it.
She already has a spot, though. I don't feel like she needs to even wrestle at all.
She really don't.
She's the chief brand officer.
She's the Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, that is word for word what Stephanie's role is in WWE.
Which, great. Good for her. Do that.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to do much in the ring.
No.
Not what people want to see anyway.
Yeah, and I don't know. It just... And the time and the spot that was given to this could have been used for... to build up, your actual women's division.
Yeah. Because they said it's a stacked women's division, but yet you've only seen a handful.
Yeah.
And most of them aren't that worthy of being called champion.
Like, we talked about Britt Baker in the earlier show getting lost. Nyla Rose wasn't on the show. We haven't seen Kylie Ray since the triple threat match.
Yeah.
And instead of using any of those, we're going to Brandy Rhodes, and Allie at least got some exposure, I guess. But then the whole point of this match was to set up an Awesome Kong versus Aja Kong match.
Yeah. And they couldn't do that on YouTube?
I'm sure that it'll be like a cool spectacle, but neither of them are long for this company.
No, they're both. I'm going to say they're both at least in their mid-40s.
Yeah, I mean, Aja Kong's been around for a while.
You see, I don't know much about her. I just know I remember seeing her a long time ago.
Yeah, well, that's all you need to know.
Exactly. So, given that their age and nothing against them but their size, is going to put a damper on how long they're going to be able to go.
Like Awesome Kong, at the last show, she didn't, or at the Double or Nothing show that she was in the match.
Yeah.
She didn't do much. She didn't take many bumps.
No.
Or any, really. And I don't know if she has many left in her.
I don't think she does.
She's had a long injury history of back issues and things like that. And she's worked hard on losing a lot of weight, and she looks great
compared to how she used to look when I saw her. Yeah,
and
she looks good.
And just as a presence, she's awesome. But
hence the name.
Yeah, but I don't think there's much longevity in any program, especially with Aja Kong and Awesome Kong. Just imagining that match, it'll be like a Great Khali versus Big Show match where, well, Big Show's probably more athletic than most of them, but you get the point. It'll be a lumbering big person match.
It'd be a Goldberg Undertaker match.
God, I hope not.
But to me, now think about it. If you remember the storyline from WWE when Big Boss Man was around, where he was like the enforcer, that's what made me think of Awesome Kong.
Okay.
She was the Big Boss Man of the McMahon era.
Right.
Because she came out from Randy Rhodes, interfering in the match, get involved at the end after the bell. It just made me think it's like the same storyline.
Yeah, and I don't really know what they're doing with the relationship with Kong and Brandy either.
Yeah, we just don't know anything.
Yeah. To go through it though, Awesome Kong costed Allie from the outside multiple times. Allie has a submission in on Brandy. Kong distracts the ref as Brandy taps, and Allie decides to let go of the hold to complain to the ref, which made her look like an idiot.
I mean, why would she's sitting there tapping? You can feel her tapping your arm. Why would you let go until that bell rings?
Yeah, and it just made the whole thing look stupid because the ref is just not paying attention to anything other than Kong for 10 seconds.
Yeah,
he couldn't turn back to.
I mean, are you telling me that she couldn't yell for the ref without letting go of the hold?
Yeah. And that ends up costing Allie the win. Brandy gets the win. I think they go to beat down on Allie afterwards, and that's when Aja Kong comes out.
Yeah.
And the refs come in and separate them, and Kong leaves on her own ambition. So that's it. And they didn't do anything physical.
And they didn't set anything up, really. A stare down is not a setup.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, we saw that with Batista and Triple H. It took them, a year and a half to get the match?
Yeah, that's true.
So next Christmas, we'll get that match.
Yeah.
If they go by that rule.
So next we had this triple threat tag team match. And
another one I did not like.
I was assuming that they said that the winner gets a first round bye. But apparently the winner faces
the Good Brother. The
best friends on All Out, and then the winner of that match gets the first round bye.
I caught that too.
So it's the Dark Order versus Jack Evans and Angelico versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Which, I don't know, I just love that combo.
Who now added Marco Stuntz to their group.
Whoever the hell that is.
The 5 feet tall guy.
Yeah, well, I know that.
That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just not into Dark Order.
No.
Like, the whole thing, it just seems so...
lame.
Yeah, it's typical, like, wrestling stuff. That
it's more like bootleg wrestling stuff.
That normally we think is lame.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, but come on, you could have done something. They don't even have music.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I get that's kind of different, not having music.
They have all those minions. I guess they're called the creepers. That's what
that's a good term to use.
That's what they're being referred to as.
Great, watch your kids at ringside.
So, right away, like, my first note was the big fuck from Dark Order. I don't have names for them either. Like,
yeah.
I think the big one's name is Uno, but I'm not entirely sure on that.
They said something, but I couldn't remember. I don't remember what they said.
But for now, he's the big fuck.
Okay, he's the big fuck.
The big fuck in Dark Order.
And the scrawny bastard.
Right away, is getting his ass kicked by Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
Just in a fair fight, Jungle Boy is kicking this big fucker's ass.
Yeah.
And Jungle Boy probably weighs 100 pounds soaking wet with a brick in each pocket.
Yeah, if he's wearing pants.
And so this big fuck is just getting his ass kicked by Jungle Boy. And
It's the equivalent of getting your ass whooped by a 5th grader.
His resort is to hide behind the referee to distract Jungle Boy to be able to take advantage and then get the upper hand on Jungle Boy.
Did you see where Jungle Boy went to kick him? And he grabbed his foot and gave it the foot.
He gave the foot to the ref.
Yeah, he's like, hold this.
Why did the ref pick up his foot? Why wouldn't he just let it fall?
Exactly. Okay, I caught it. I would have just dropped it.
Yeah.
But why would you sit there? Oh, it's a foot.
Maybe he has a fetish of some sort and he was mesmerized.
Well, with some of the characters they got in AEW, you never know.
Yeah, so I thought that kind of didn't help Dark Order's credibility right away.
No. I see the Dark Order as the generic dollar store brand version of the Wyatt family.
Yeah. You could probably go with that. Except they have masks.
Well, that's okay. I can still see them as like a Wyatt family type.
Yeah. So this was another note of Alex Marvez's commentary. And he actually did this twice. Because Luchasaurus grabs someone and does a Beal. And, a Beal, you just grab someone and toss them across the ring, pretty much. So Marvez calls this a Bradley Beal. Do you know who Bradley Beal is, Chris?
No. Do you?
Yes.
Oh.
And that comes from Marvez's sports background, because Bradley Beal is an NBA player.
Oh.
And he's not a well-known NBA player either. He's not someone who doesn't watch NBA would know. And like really even a casual NBA fan would probably not know who Bradley Beal is.
He kind of used his name because it fit.
Yeah, just because that's his name.
Right.
So,
well, hey, I mean, more power to him. He's, converging the two.
But, like, no one's going to get that reference. That's my point.
Well, how many times have we said stuff on our show that most people may not get, but we do, and maybe a few other people?
I don't know.
I'm sure there's been a few.
I try not to.
I know, but I'm sure I've done a few.
Yeah, I can't control you.
I know.
So, in this match as well, Marco stunts in clear sight of the referee.
Yeah, like right in front of him.
To prevent Angelico and Jack Evans from winning. He does a move to them off the top rope. And
what was it, just a hurricanrana?
Yeah. And, like, just does, like, 2 straight moves to both of them.
Yeah.
Takes both of them out. And so the referee, instead of disqualifying him, bans him from ringside.
Which is kind of weird. I mean, he's not even in the match, and he's attacking somebody that is.
Yeah. And so, to get Marco Stunt out of the ring, Luchasaurus grabs him and does a gorilla press to the outside, and landing on landing on whoever was out there, and Helico and Evans probably.
Yeah.
And I will say the height that this man got on that,
oh my God.
on that press was ridiculous.
This is like some big monster, Swamp Thing looking monster.
Yeah, I
picking
thought
up this toothpick.
I thought he was going to throw him into the rafters.
I thought he was going to reach the rafters, just lift him up. I mean, Luchasaurus is huge.
Yeah, just absolutely tossed him out there.
I'd like to see. I mean, compare him to his size to some of the other big name stars of wrestling in all promotions.
Yeah, like Kane,
Lesnar.
Yeah.
I'm talking muscular wise,
right?
You know, like a Lesnar or a Lashley.
I get like a Kane vibe from Luchasaurus.
I do. I mean, and that's cool. I'm down with that, especially with the green and the black. I like that.
Yeah, he just has, like, if you were to watch any match that Luchasaurus was in, even if you're not a wrestling fan, I feel like that presence just gravitates.
Yeah.
Just by his look.
Now, I think Jungle Boy needs to come out next month at pay-per-view in makeup as a lizard.
Lizard?
Of some sort, you know, because the thing about, you know, Finn Balor's got the demon, Jungle Boy being a lizard or a snake of some sort.
But it's a boy and his dinosaur.
It's a boy and his dinosaur.
Yeah, a smaller boy and his dinosaur.
I just think it'd be cool if he came out in makeup.
Yeah.
To go along with Luchasaurus.
And they were the most over team here, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. And
I didn't care.
They were into both of them.
I didn't like how everybody was in the ring so much, but
and the clear interference.
Yeah, of course.
But
even if it was by them,
yeah,
I didn't like it.
Yeah. I feel like they need to do more to establish Jungle Boy as more of the underdog presence.
I think they need to establish more of like what the rules actually are.
Well, that too, but we've already talked about that enough.
But yes. I mean, I think a Jungle Boy would be good.
And he ended up taking the pin here, so I guess that
sucked too.
That helps, but I don't know. I feel like he should be more like Enzo and Cass, for example. Like Enzo would just get beat up 90% of the match, and then he'd get the hot tag to Cass.
Yeah,
like you could do that with these guys.
Yeah,
and Jungle Boy can have his cool dives and all that stuff that he does, and do it throughout the match, which is something that Enzo couldn't do. So it could be a different dynamic, but similar to that.
Yeah, and it could work as long as they don't overdo it every single time.
Yeah, so Dark Order end up pinning Jungle Boy, and they'll fight the Best Friends, who they've started the whole angle with on the last show.
And that might be why they won, because they've already got something started.
Set up that match. And the winner will get the first round bye in the tag team tournament going into the TV deal.
I did like how the Minion Creepers didn't get involved, though, in the match.
Yeah, that's at least a bonus. But I don't know. I feel like the Best Friends and what are they called? Dark Order. Yeah. They're like the two teams that I'm least invested in.
Yeah,
and they're positioned at the top.
Well, just have to give it time, really.
Yeah, I mean, but we'll see what they do when the tag tournament actually starts.
I think once TV starts, I think things will start to be a little better for them.
Yeah.
Because then they don't have to worry about trying to do everything in one show.
Yeah, and that's
set it up for another show a month later.
Yeah, and I think that's why this show was 4.5 hours long. It just
counting the pre-show, yeah.
It just feels like they're trying to fit as much stuff in to get as many people exposure as they can.
And I get that, but it felt a lot like a WWE pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean there was less bullshit in between matches.
Well, yeah, there was no bullshit between matches really.
Yeah,
match was over, they'd cut to the commentators for a few minutes, and then back to the ring, which is fine.
Yeah,
that's awesome. But when you have how many matches were there? 9 matches on the card? 9
or 10.
And they're all going 15 minutes plus.
Yeah,
it's a little long for every match to go.
Yeah.
And I know we just talked about this off the air.
Yeah, that's right.
But, I mean, to me, it's just too long. I mean, it's 4 hours of wrestling on a show that I thought was great at 3.
Yeah, that's true.
They put on a great show at 3 hours. Didn't even need a damn pre-show.
Yeah, if they cut this down and cut a little bit of stuff out, then I think this would have been a more enjoyable show overall.
I wish they would work on quality instead of quantity. And I know they are in a way by letting them go longer, but that doesn't make the show better.
Yeah, it just depends on
now some matches it might make better.
Yeah.
But overall, I think the show is hurt by all these long matches.
I think they could have done the length of the matches if they just cut like 2 matches off the card.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I could have got the Brandy Rhodes match could go, no problem.
Yeah.
And, I mean, off the top of your head, what's another match that you could go that you wouldn't care about?
Well, I mean, I don't want them to get rid of both the women's matches and not have a women's match. But
no, you have to have a women's match.
I wish they would have done 2 different women's matches.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
I mean, I didn't really care about that.
The Barbarian match could have went. Even though it was on pre-show,
that could have went. Definitely.
And they could have done something else on the pre-show from the main card.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really care about the triple threat tag match as much that we just went over.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I guess they needed something.
That's not. I mean, that's too good to be on pre-show.
Yeah. I felt like the Adam Page versus Kip Sabian match, like
that one kind of sucked.
I liked it. I thought it was a solid match, but it was just like. It didn't feel like I even talked about it on the last show that it was so backwards that Adam Page had to win a match to face Kip Sabian at this show.
Yeah.
There was no real drama to this match because you knew that Page was going to win.
Yeah.
Because he has the world title match at the next show. They're not going to beat him.
Yeah.
And it just didn't. You could have done something else with Kip Sabian if you want to keep him rolling, or you could have just done an Adam Page and Chris Jericho promo segment like they sort of did later, and just not have Page in a match.
Yeah, he really didn't need to be in a match. I mean, he's already set up for next month. Why did he have to be in a match?
At the same time, though, I can't understand they want to get more people acquainted with Adam Page in the ring as well. For the mainstream audience that doesn't know Adam Page well. They might know Chris Jericho, but they need to buy Adam Page as a legitimate threat to win the title.
See, I'm not familiar with Adam Page, except for what I've seen in the past few shows.
Yeah, and he seems like he's really good.
He's good.
I would say he's one of the best there right now.
Okay, I could give you that. I give you that. He is one of the best. But being that he is... And they obviously know it. That's why they put him in the position he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he have to be on a card in a match that doesn't mean anything?
Yeah, and
that really
now that I think about it, I think more could have been benefited if, we've seen 2 Adam Page matches so far. I think, or maybe it was just did he have a match at the last one?
He was in the Battle Royal at the first one.
Yeah, and then
I don't think he was it.
I think he was just on commentary in the second one.
Yeah, I think so.
Or no, it was...
No, he was on...
No, that's right, because it was backwards. Because he was in the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
So this would be his 3rd match. So I think more could have been gained if you did, something to build his character rather than his in-ring work. Do a promo between Jericho and Page that can get you excited.
Contract signing.
That would be too cliche, but something along those lines. It'd be
a funny slap in the face, though.
Yeah. But something to give us a reason to care about Page more than just he's good at wrestling.
Yeah. I could have done without that match.
Yeah, so...
And if you took those 2 matches off, that would have dropped the grand total to, what, about 3 hours and 10 minutes?
Maybe, yeah.
Roughly, give or take a few.
Yeah, possibly.
And, that would be feasible. If they're trying to be different, then be different. But don't drag everything out like the other people do and make people sit there and wait for this and wait for this.
Right.
Just give us what we want, what we really, really want. And just cut out, they've already cut out a lot of the crap. The video packages, the promos, interviews, except for a handful, just a few.
Yeah, and I would it makes those feel more important.
Exactly.
When there's not so many.
Yeah, when it's just a couple matches have a video package, it makes it more important.
Yeah.
But when every match has 300 videos, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And they just, to me, they're starting to slide right into WWE's area of let's make everything longer, and that's going to fix everything.
Yeah, and we'll see. Like, I think part of that is not being on TV yet, and like we said earlier,
but
just
last
that,
month was 3 hours and perfect.
Yeah,
with the pre-show.
I get that, and I agree that they could have done it differently, but I do understand like their point of view of trying to be able to get as many people acquainted with their audience before TV starts.
And I get that.
And hopefully when they start doing pay-per-views when they have TV, it can just be a nice 2.5, 3 hour thing.
Because if it's going to be another 4.5 hour pay-per-view, then I probably won't watch them, the pay-per-views.
At least not as detailed.
I'll watch a 4 hour show in about 15 minutes. Because I just don't want to sit there through 4 hours of stuff or longer. That's one problem with WWE. It's so drawn out.
Yeah.
AEW, it just feels they're doing that. And it might just be this one show.
Yeah.
But this is the only show I have to compare it to.
Yeah. And I don't know. It was different. Like, the Double or Nothing show was kind of longer, but
the matches were better.
Yeah, the match quality definitely was.
And there wasn't a lot of matches. They were just better matches.
Yeah.
And longer.
Yes.
So, and I loved that show. It was longer, yes, but the matches, there weren't as many matches.
Mm-hmm.
And the matches that they did have were great.
Right. To go through this one, the story was that Adam Page's knee was not 100%, so Sabian would take advantage of that. Page at one point did a powerbomb from the ring onto the ramp that's propped up. And at that point, it's getting close to the time limit, and Sabian rolls in, and Page gets the win with under a minute left. With they counter a roll-up into a Deadeye for his finish. It looked like they messed this up because they did the same spot like right before that, like where they did the roll-up and then rolled out into what I assume was supposed to be the Deadeye, but like they didn't do that. So then they just redid the roll-up and then went right back into the Deadeye.
Shit, I missed.
So
do it again.
I'll give them credit, though, because if that was a mistake, it was seamless and unnoticeable.
Yeah, professionals.
Yeah, so that was good.
Way to use them all again.
And Adam Page gets the win. And after this match, and I was so ready to hate this, too, because one of the creepers from the Dark Order comes out and attacks Hangman. But then he hits a code breaker.
Yeah.
And I was like, he got me. He actually got me.
As soon as I saw the code breaker, I knew who it was.
Yeah. I feel like 100% this was Jericho's idea.
It probably was, but I have to say one thing. Jericho needs to not do that again.
What?
Dressing up as a creeper. Because that outfit does nothing for his figure. I'll tell you what, I didn't realize he had gained so much weight until I saw that.
Yeah.
Because every time I've seen him, he's always wearing his coat and his scarf and everything else. He's gained a lot of weight.
Well, apparently, like, during his New Japan run, he talked about that he gained weight intentionally to fit the character that he felt like he was doing. Like,
and that's great. I mean, more power to him. I just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it.
I can get it, though. Like, it kind of makes him, to some extent, maybe seem more unlikable, like a bad physique heat, I guess.
I mean, in a way, it's because, I mean, obviously when he did his move, we knew it was him. At least I did.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at him and it's like, that can't be Jericho. It can't be. I mean, the gut's sticking out too far. He's wider.
Yeah.
And then he took the mask off. I was like, okay, well, it's Jericho, but it don't look like his body.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, too, that this is actually the second time Jericho has done something similar to that. I don't think you watched the All In show, which was the one before AEW was a thing. That was just Cody and the Young Bucks, All In.
I think I did. Wasn't that the one with Jericho and Omega?
No. That was Double or Nothing, or the New Japan show you're probably thinking of.
Okay, it was the New Japan.
Yeah, that had Jericho and Omega, but All In, Jericho wasn't advertised for that show, and he wasn't supposed to be there. And they did a spot when during the I think it was Pentagon Jr. Like the lights went out and they went back on, and Pentagon Jr. was laying there, but Jericho was actually like dressed and had his face painted all the way to look like Pentagon Jr.
Oh,
So this is the second time he's done something like that. So
I mean, that's a cool little gimmick, though. Always changing it up.
Yeah, it's a nice surprise, because I was so ready if this was going to be another fucking Dark Order,
just a minion attack,
and they all just beat up on Hangman. I was ready to just like give up, but Jericho worked me, so props to him.
Nice, he got you.
Yeah. Jericho lays out Paige with a Judas effect that left Hangman bloody.
Yeah.
And we would later see a black eye even.
Yeah, and the blood on Jericho's hands.
Yeah, so we didn't like the Judas effect as a finisher, but this kind of helped.
Yeah, as a finisher, no, but it kind of worked in this scenario.
Yeah. It's good to have, like, he can still use the Code Breaker and the Judas effect and the Walls of Jericho or the Lion Tamer or whatever. So it's good to have multiple ways to finish a match.
Yeah, as long as they look good.
So I like that. It's one of the things I like about AJ Styles, that he has like 4 things that could legitimately.
Forearm, it's just a matter of how he does it.
Well, you could do the forearm, or you could do the Styles Clash, or the calf crusher.
Yeah, I love the calf crusher.
Or the springboard 450, which sometimes can end a match. So it's good that you have multiple avenues to go through. After that, we get SCU, SoCal Uncensored. It's Kazarian and Sky against the Lucha Bros, Pentagon Jr., and Rey Fenix. Early on, the Lucha Bros take out Daniels on the outside, and then Daniels just starts doing shit to them, including a springboard to the outside.
And why wasn't he thrown out of the ringside?
Well, he did. They didn't eject him. They just did not disqualify them. But I'll at least give them that in Daniel's case, he was retaliating.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. He was.
At least it wasn't he just did that for no reason.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I guess technically it should still be a disqualification.
Well, but not in AEW, and AEW tag matches, there's no rules. As long as it takes place within 30 seconds after you get inside the ring.
Yeah, I liked this match, though. It was a fun match overall, and lots of action as there normally is. But
both these teams are good teams.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really like the pairing together against each other. I don't know why. I just didn't like them. The pairing, maybe the chemistry together just wasn't there to me. I mean, they did okay. I'm not going to dog them. I just didn't care for the two to go against each other.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Just
but
my personal opinion. I might have just seen it different.
Yeah. I mean, I liked the way they worked together. I mean, the Lucha Bros needed to do something else than the Young Bucks stuff that they've done in both of these shows.
Yeah.
So, and they needed a win if they're going to be treated as a upper team.
Well, I mean, either team could be considered an upper team.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really think SoCal Uncensored is going to be that big of a deal. It seems like, I mean, they've lost every match.
Well, that don't mean nothing, though.
Yeah, it does. Wins and losses matter, Chris.
When I see it, I'll believe it.
So, Lucha Bros end up getting the win with the pile driver double foot stomp combo thing.
Yeah, like we said, well, I don't think we were on the air, but like we said, those dangerous moves are just...
There's like 10 pile drivers.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm game for some awesome moves, but in my 30 years of watching wrestling, I've seen shit happen on those moves.
Yeah.
I've seen Stone Cold break his neck. I mean, I've seen Paul Orndorff break people's neck on a pile driver.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes me just jump a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I don't think they need to ban a pile driver, but it should be used more sparingly, I feel like.
Well, I don't know. I mean, pile driver is one of those where just be one fraction of an inch off and you're done for.
Yeah.
So I understand why they banned it in the E.
Yeah.
I don't think they should let it. I mean, I think they should ban it in AEW too. Honestly, they've got enough dangerous crap going on. They don't need more that's going to paralyze or kill somebody even more.
Yeah.
And honestly, who's missed the pile driver in the past 10 years? Not a lot.
Yeah. And if you don't use it as much, you can use it once, and it'll be like a big deal.
Yeah. Now, if you've got a couple people that have good chemistry and trust with each other, and they've practiced it enough to where, this guy can do it without letting go,
yeah,
then yeah, let that be a shock factor.
I don't know if you remember the match with John Cena and CM Punk. It was right before the WrestleMania match with Cena and Rock for the title, where it was Punk and Cena on Raw. It was after Punk lost his 434-day reign to The Rock at the Royal Rumble, and the winner was going to face Rock at Mania. And in that match, Punk pulled out a pile driver out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we'd seen like a regular just sitting pile driver in so many years. And it just got like this holy shit reaction.
Yeah.
Because nobody would have expected to see that.
Well, the fans that they're catering to now, the younger fans, they've never seen a pile driver on WWE.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course it's going to be a shock because they've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they have, it's on YouTube or on the network.
Unless they watch the indie stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm just talking about in the E.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you watched AEW or ECW or any of the others, you might have seen them.
ROH or New Japan or any.
I mean, I don't know if they do them there because I don't watch them. But
yeah, the wrestling you're seeing on these shows is essentially what they've been doing.
Okay. You see, I only know the E. So that's all I can compare it to. But I think they need to drop some of these dangerous moves if they want the promotion to survive and the people to live.
Yeah.
Then they might want to. Otherwise, they're going to have some major disability payments going out soon.
Well, it's a good thing they're giving insurance.
Yeah, well, their insurance might get dropped if enough people claim it.
After the match, the Lucha Bros end up laying everyone out with a ladder, which was out of nowhere.
Yeah. Just
bringing a ladder in. And they set up the ladder, and they both climb to the top of the ladder, and they challenge the Young Bucks to a ladder match at All Out. Which
I kind of hit my little button on that, but I had a feeling it had to do with the ladder match. Well, once they started talking, it killed the moment.
I don't know.
Because I didn't care.
Okay.
I don't care about what's going to happen 3 months from now.
Or a month from now, but...
Or a month. Yeah, I still don't care.
Okay.
I'll be surprised.
Either way, they challenged the Young Bucks to a ladder match. And, yeah, that was it. So, I'm imagining that it'll be for the AAA tag team titles, which the Lucha Bros still have.
I would say, yeah, because the AEW ones haven't been revealed.
Yeah, so...
And they're not going to until after the tournament.
Unless it's that, I don't know what else they're going to put for them to fight over. Unless they have another first-round bye they can give out. I don't know if they...
round bye?
I don't know if they have enough room.
To the finals?
I don't know if they have enough room to do 2 first-round byes or not, but if they have, 12 teams, they could do that, so I don't know.
Guess we'll find out.
We had Kenny Omega versus Shima.
Maybe it'll be a ladder match for their spot. For the first round bye.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine both of them are going to be in it.
Yeah, so that could be it. Maybe a contract of Money in the Bank. Except not a title shot, but a first round bye.
Yeah, they could do that if they have enough room.
Yeah.
To do 2 buys. Yeah, Kenny Omega versus Shima.
I was not impressed.
So, yeah, this was probably another one that didn't need to happen. I probably liked it more than you did, but the main thing to take away from this is that I counted 8 Meteoras in this match from Shima.
A lot.
And so on the last show, I believe it was Shima against Christopher Daniels that opened the show. Mm-hmm. Shima hit 1 Meteora, and it was the finish.
Yeah.
He pinned him with that. And so on this show, he hits 8.
Yeah.
And one of them was, like, off of a stage and onto onto some table, like whatever was holding the ring bell, I think it was.
Yeah.
And out of all of that, Omega still kicked out of all of them.
Yeah. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I think he needs to add some more, like, it'd be like if you're playing the video game and you just add the same move as your only move, and you just keep doing it over and over again.
I was thinking maybe he needs some metal plates in his shins or something. That way, when he lands, it hurts.
I was gonna say too, like, that move is not a good thing to do long term either, because you're, like, on the one, like, he didn't hit one of them, and you just land straight on your knees.
Yeah, and he felt it afterwards too.
Yeah, and it's the same thing, like, if you do a leg drop off the top, you're taking, like, the bump, like, on your ass. The same thing on your knees is that bump, like, shoots up, and it's more of, like, your spine and your back that's really going to feel it.
If you hit both knees, it's just going to go up both sides straight up.
Yeah. So that's not a great thing to do 8 times in a match, probably.
Well, even besides that, it's pointless to do the same thing 8 times. That's what a 5-year-old does when he's playing a fighting game with his big brother. Ooh, this button works.
Square. Yeah. So he does the thing off the stanchion, I guess, like where the crowd is, onto the ring bell. Then he gets Omega in the ring. He hits 2 more Meteoras, and Omega kicks out. And after that, Omega eventually wins with the one-winged angel.
I mean, what a way to make Shima look like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Because you took 8 Meteoras that Christopher Daniels couldn't kick out of 1.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Are you telling me Omega is that superhuman?
Yeah. No, that wasn't great. And, like, Omega's finish, the one-winged angel, is well known for, like, being one of the most protected moves that no one ever kicks out of in New Japan.
Mm.
So he has that, but then Shima hits 8 Meteoras and can't put this fucker away.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. That was, like, the only criticism I really had of the match. I mean, it was fine otherwise. It just didn't feel like it needed to be there.
Exactly. This could have been one of the matches that just got deleted.
Yeah.
There was no point. It didn't hurt nobody, and it didn't help nobody.
Yeah, and, like, they were putting over big that, like, Omega hadn't won a singles match yet, and that was kind of like the story is that...
Well, he's only had, one match?
Well, he's had 1 singles match. He won the 6-man tag with the Bucks on the last show.
Yeah, so he's only had 1 match, and they're talking about he hasn't won a match yet?
Yeah, he hasn't won a singles match.
What is this,
he's had 1 match. Yeah, so they made it seem like a big deal that Omega needed to get a win.
I disagree.
Yeah. And I liked Shima a lot in the Daniels match, too. Like,
yeah, in the Daniels match, yeah. In this one, no.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird. Like,
it just makes me hope that...
And he's clearly, like, a talented guy. And
he only does 1 move.
Yeah, but he did so much more in the Daniels match.
Well, that's true.
And, I feel like he was capable of more than that.
Yeah, I think the only thing we were missing was a bank statement.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sasha Banks must have loved this match.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, we know she was watching. Sitting at home, just wishing she could be there.
Yeah.
After this, we had the promised Chris Jericho in-ring promo. And Jericho still wants his thank you from AEW. And I did like this because Jericho is such a damn pro. Like, this whole crowd wanted to cheer Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
And they were saying thank you, and Jericho, being the professional wrestling heel that he is, just says, I don't want it from you. It doesn't mean a damn thing from all you. I want it from someone that matters. And so he's able to turn the crowd that wanted to cheer him against him.
Yeah.
And I thought the other thing Jericho did well was he put over Hangman Page so well. And it's one of the Jericho theories of wrestling is that even as a heel, you have to put over the person you're facing, because if you say that person sucks and then you beat him, it doesn't mean anything. And vice versa, it doesn't do as much for him if he ends up winning.
Yeah.
And, like, it was almost like he was incensed. Like, he kept saying, I have to beat the Hangman. I have to beat the Hangman.
And that tells me Hangman's going to win.
Yeah, and Jericho even said, like, he doesn't know what the future could hold for the rest of his career if he loses that match. So it did a good job of making that match feel like as big of a deal as it should.
Yeah. And, I mean, Jericho's getting up there, too. Age-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, plus he's got his band.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, his wrestling career might be about over.
Well, he has the 3-year deal with AEW. And
okay.
We'll see.
Well, that means he's only got a couple years left.
Yeah. Who knows if he'll do more stuff after that.
But, yeah, I mean, I think his career's coming to an end.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years.
Yeah, that at maximum. Like 5.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to Undertaker it.
Yeah, which, I mean, I think only The Undertaker can do that.
Yeah.
Because it's The Undertaker.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, if Jericho was a staple in one promotion or another for so long, I could say that.
Right.
But he keeps going from here to there to here to there and quitting and starting and going on tour and then coming back to wrestling, and he don't know what the hell he's doing.
No, he knows very well what he's doing. He's doing everything.
Well, yeah, he's doing everything, which is chaotic.
Yeah, I can't imagine how wild Jericho's life is.
Oh, dude. I can imagine what it's like on tour with Fozzy.
Yeah, and, like, in between doing that and wrestling, like, those are two separate, like, rock star style lifestyles.
Mm-hmm. And he's living both of them.
Yeah.
I wonder if he ever gets them confused. You know, does he go on tour and just get to his next
and then his wrestling
show,
gear,
and then he's like, well, damn, where's my bag at? He got my gear. And then he shows up at WWE, you know, with his guitar. And like, well, shit, wrong show.
Hangman comes out and blindsides Jericho. They have a pull-apart brawl, and Jericho gets the hell out of there.
I do like Jericho's jacket, still.
Yeah, like, the whole look with, like, the hat and the scarf and the jacket and all that.
I don't care about the scarf. The leather jacket with the spikes, reminiscent to me of, like, a LOD kind of thing.
I don't know. I feel like the whole look just feels like an old movie villain sort of thing.
It does. I just can't place what.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. Like, if
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I'm a movie buff, so I'll think about it. Give me time.
Yeah, but and Hangman looked good because he had the whole, like, black eye and bloody area, and still coming out there and fighting Jericho. So that made him look good.
Oh yeah, a lot.
And then we get the main event of Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes, or I guess it's supposed to be Cody and Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah. Because
we can't call him Cody Rhodes.
That's so crazy. We can't call him Cody Rhodes, but we can say Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah. Well, he was never Dustin Rhodes in WWE.
I know. Well, what was he before Goldust?
I don't think
Dustin Reynolds?
No, because I think he debuted in WWE as Goldust.
Did he? Okay. I thought he was something else.
He was Dustin Rhodes in WCW, I believe.
And that would make WWE the owner of that name, because they bought everything from WCW. Wouldn't that? I don't know.
I guess. I mean, there's things like they could have, even if they did have that trademark, they could have just not renewed it.
And that's true.
Especially when they already had Goldust under roster, they probably just didn't renew it. Because you do have to pay for those trademarks, and they get expensive. Yeah, and they sometimes, like, every year or so you have to renew them. So a lot of them they just let run out.
And that could be.
I don't imagine they'll do that with Cody Rhodes.
No.
I'm going to imagine they're going to keep paying that trademark.
After Vince McMahon steps down, I think, in
other words, when he dies.
I was going to say whether he dies or gets forced removal or whatever, I think things will change for the better, but it'll change for all the other promotions.
Maybe. I mean,
because there's always going to be competition, but you can have friendly competition.
Yeah.
You don't have to be at each other's throats to compete.
Well, I mean, it's not like Cody having his name is going to make much of a difference in anything. That's not going to gain them a viewer.
We call him Cody Rhodes anyway.
Yeah.
We don't care that WWE might own the trademark to his name.
Yeah.
We're going to call him Cody Rhodes.
Yes. Let's see. In the hype package, Dustin says that they were the first team to beat the Shield, right? Except they censored Shield. So it sounded like he was saying that they were the first team to beat the shit. So, but I like that they incorporated that because I actually forgot about that. But if you remember, that Dustin and Cody were the first team to beat the Shield in a tag team match.
Yeah.
And that was like the whole story. It was the last time Dusty Rhodes was on WWE television, I believe. And he was managing Dustin and Cody. He gave the bionic elbow to Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
So that was cool that they brought that up.
That is. I totally forgot about it.
Yeah. It was overall, like, I enjoyed the match. It was probably my favorite Young Bucks match to this point of, like, the three that I've seen. But
I mean, they've all three been good.
Yeah. And it goes about...
Are they really brothers?
Yes.
Like real-life brothers or kayfabe?
No, they're real-life brothers. Okay. Yeah, it went about 30 minutes. The Bucks do end up winning with the...
It went longer than 30.
Well, 31, technically.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It seemed longer.
Yeah, it was only... There was a 60-minute time limit for that match.
And this was the longest match of the night.
Yeah.
I think I won that point. That being the longest match.
Oh, we didn't do bonus questions.
Oh, we didn't. Damn it. I would have had that point.
The Bucks end up winning with a Meltzer driver.
Again.
Overall, like the whole story of the match was fun with Dustin and Cody and the starting out as a friendly competition, and then the Bucks do the double super kick to the back of Cody's head, and like it was such a different style of Young Bucks match because they couldn't do the normal 50,000 spots.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Cody and Dustin aren't gonna keep up with that.
Well, so, Cody might be able to. Cody's still young.
Yeah, but even though he could, like, it's not his style.
Yeah, he's not an aerial artist.
So, and that's the good thing about wrestling too, is like people act like if you put like these sort of teams together, like, oh well, Cody and Dustin won't be able to keep up with the Young Bucks. And I remember when Jericho first did his match with the first match with Omega in New Japan, like everything that people online were saying, well, how is Jericho going to be able to keep up with Kenny Omega's style of wrestling? Well, that's the whole point of wrestling, is that you're working together.
Yeah. You
meet each other and you work a style that works for both of you.
And if it works great, that's when you get chemistry.
Yes, and
big pops.
Yeah. So this worked, and there was a different style of Bucks match, and
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not even gonna say this match was too long, because it really wasn't. It was a half hour, which is still long for a match.
Right.
But for being the main event.
Yeah.
And for being brothers versus brothers, which was set up a month ago.
Yeah.
Actually, set up 2 months ago.
Yeah, and this was the big selling point for this show, really.
Yeah. So, and they kept saying it could be Dustin's last match.
Yeah.
Which very well could be. He's up there. He's in his 50s.
Yes.
So it's possible this could be the last time we see him.
Yeah.
But
it's very
at least
impossible.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know if it was because it was brother versus brothers, or just because I know the Rhodes and I don't know the Bucks.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was enjoyable. I didn't really have anything bad to say about it.
Yeah. The only spot I'll complain about is that there was a point where I don't remember which way. I think it was the Bucks both hit a move on, like a double move on Cody and Dustin, and they both pinned each of them.
Yeah.
And then the ref counted both pins.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it didn't make sense to me. It's like, well, who's legal?
Yeah. And that was just like the typical Young Bucks match sort of stuff I don't
And
normally
we've
like.
seen that from in WWE too.
Yeah.
Once in a great while, you'll see a double pin
Yeah.
or something like that, which is fine because it doesn't happen very often, especially in AEW. I think that's the first I've seen.
Yeah.
So I was fine with it. It was kind of a laughing thing to me. It was like, yeah, double pin, cool.
Yeah.
You know, nothing major. Not against it, not for it.
Do you remember who they pinned with the Meltzer driver? Because I didn't write it down.
Oh, shit.
I don't remember if they pinned Cody or Dustin. But that probably would have been an important thing to note. But
I want to say they actually pinned Dustin.
But after the match, the Bucks cut a promo. They say they put over Dustin and Cody as one of the best teams they've ever faced. And then Shad Khan and others come out and they present the check for the victims of gun violence that they promised in the Jacksonville area for $150,000.
Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, and that was a feel-good ending with everyone there. And there was Omega and everyone else was out there, and there was some weird thing where they didn't know if they were off air or not.
Yeah, at the very end.
That was so awkward.
Did you hear JR?
What'd he say?
You can hear him twice going, "Are we clear?"
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
Right at the very end.
Yeah, so the production definitely needs to I'm sure that'll come with time and experience of doing these shows, and that was another thing, like the check being presented, like they cut off Kenny's promo, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because of time.
Yeah, because they had to get everything going.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking real quick before we go off the air to see who ate the pin.
Let me see if they have it on the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, that might be an easier way.
No, it just says they defeated the Brotherhood.
Oh.
Yeah. Either way, they pinned one of them.
Yeah, I don't remember who. That's so crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't write that down.
Why didn't you? Oh my God. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. This could be it. This could be what we're looking for.
The thrilling audio content that comes at the end of these shows.
Yeah, I know. You gotta love our shows.
Either way, that was our review. Overall, it was a solid show. It didn't live up to. I thought it was probably the least impactful of the 3 shows they've done so far. I feel like I mean Double or Nothing was far above both of them.
Yeah.
And I still felt like Fyter Fest was better overall too.
I don't know. I'd have to put this one with Fyter Fest just as a tie.
Yeah, they're around the same.
It looks like Cody ate the pin because Nick hit a flying crossbody onto Dustin on the floor.
That's right. Yeah.
So Cody ate the pin for the Bucks.
So they protected Dustin.
Yeah.
So
now you don't know why though.
Yeah, I mean that could have just been for any reason. Like someone has to take the pin either way. But
yeah, and it's his. You can say what you want, but it's Cody's promotion.
Yeah.
So maybe between the Cody and the Young Bucks, they decided that Cody would take the pin.
But it still leaves the door open for well, either way, they can do something with Dustin if he wants to. I mean, like, if they want to do more matches with Dustin, I feel like
he's got it.
Yeah,
I think he's still got some in the tank. But I could see him being like a manager that gets interferes.
I'd like to see Dustin work with a younger guy.
Yeah,
because the Bucks are already made.
I know, but wouldn't it be awesome if Dustin decided to go with the Bucks?
Yeah, but
it would have made the end of this show better.
Yeah, but I mean, they're all essentially together anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they're already made. You need a young team.
Yeah, but maybe not even a team, just because the 2 matches Dustin's done, he did the singles match with Cody and now this tag match. And, Cody's already made. The Bucks are already made. I'd like to see him try to elevate someone like more underneath. I can't really. I'm trying to think of who. Like,
well, I mean,
maybe Adam Page. They could do a match with. I mean,
isn't he kind of already made?
He is to an extent, but it could help him.
But what about like?
I mean, you could go Jungle Boy. Omega even. Omega's kind of already made.
Yeah, he's already made too.
So,
maybe not so much in the U.S., but he's already made elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm just looking through my notes to see if I can think of.
I mean, you could put him with like SCU. If you want to put him with a team. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that could benefit from it.
Yeah.
Besides us as the audience.
If they did Dustin Rhodes' Gold Dust against Sunny Kiss.
Ooh.
The battle of like the.
But they probably couldn't do the Gold Dust.
Yeah, they couldn't.
He'd
have to be someone else, like Dust Gold.
Golden Dust.
Golden Dust. There you go. Shawn Spears could be a good one.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're building him up. Like if they do.
But like you have to turn Cody heel.
Cody heel?
Or not Cody, but Dustin.
No, I think Spears is the heel.
Well, I mean, but to team Dustin up with him, I thought you were talking about like as a manager.
No, I mean like Shawn Spears versus.
Versus.
Dustin's
okay, I'm thinking as like a manager type.
Yeah,
who they would be against.
Like,
okay.
I mean, Spears already has the storyline with Cody. You could do if Spears beats Cody at the next pay-per-view, then you could build to a Dustin versus Spears match. Maybe. I mean, I'm just throwing shit out
something. It would make sense though, being with the chair shot, and now he's calling himself the chairman of AEW.
Yeah, there's a tie-in at least.
Yeah, they could do something.
But I think we're gonna end it there.
Sounds good.
All right. Overall, good stuff.
Not horrible.
We'll continue reviewing these AEW shows, including the All Out show in August, and I'll continue reviewing the WWE stuff on the YouTube channel.
Well, we were going to do the Extreme Rules, but you wanted to do one last night.
Well, I mean, we still could have done one.
But I haven't even watched it yet. You see, I won't watch it until tonight, so it'd still be like Thursday by the time we got to it.
Yeah, it's all about the timing. Like,
yeah,
you got to get that stuff up. That's what I'm learning throughout this.
As we've noticed, look how many views you're getting because you're getting them up quick.
Yeah, the sooner they go up, that's pretty basic.
And they're not as long as when we do it together.
Yeah, and we can use that to build this up.
Yeah.
So all a project, but busy weekends with Fight for the Fallen and then Extreme Rules. Mm-hmm. I've got to go to work tonight. I'm going to come home, watch 3 hours of Raw, and get a review up by Tuesday morning. Nice. And then on Wednesday morning, I'll have a SmackDown review as well. So I'm going to keep on this grind.
Nice.
But until then, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and following the podcast on whatever platform you would prefer to. But I guess me and Chris will probably try to get together like maybe next Thursday and try to do something.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
I think this will be the weekly show. I don't think we'll do one on this Thursday.
No, I don't think we need to. You already covered Extreme Rules. We just did AEW. Unless you want to just cover Raw and SmackDown for no reason.
Yeah. It would probably just be more of a bullshitting episode
if I'm involved, it would be.
So we'll try to do something next Thursday and see whatever there is to talk about in the wrestling world.
Yeah.
But until then.
Oh wait, this is my part.
Yeah, your cue.
Oh yeah, my part.
Oh wait, are we off air yet?
Yeah, are we clear?
Are we clear?
Until next time, we will wrestle you later.